I've been an avid reader since I was a small girl. I've always loved to read. I also have always loved to keep myself entertained. I never thought about it. It's always just been me. I'm the youngest, the only girl, and my auntie who raised me in the first part of my life, she didn't have any children. I was the only child in the house. So I never have thought about how to keep myself entertained. I've always just been so interested in me and my own little world that I'm going to find something to do with my energy. I'm going to find something to do with my mind. I'm going to find something to do with my time. That has always been me since I was a very young girl. So it never crossed my mind that other people don't know what to do in solitude or don't value silence as much as I do. Like, I love silence. I'd rather sit in silence. I drive with no music. I just, for me, I need it quiet. I don't mind it being quiet. My mind is very peaceful. It wasn't until a viewer asked me on one of my videos, how do I keep myself entertained or occupied? And that made me kind of think about it because I really just go through my day. I don't think about it. When I'm sitting in silence or when I'm reading, it's just me being me. So I figured I'd make this video to share some of my favorite books with you guys. This is one of the ways that I keep myself occupied. Besides creating content, editing videos, slowly building my auto detailing business, and just enjoying sitting and talking with and looking at my plants, another thing that I do is I love to read. And I have several books in my van library that I want to share with you and just tell you a little bit about why I have these books and what these books mean to me. First, this one here, The Millionaire Mind, I absolutely adore this book. This one helps me understand the millionaire mindset of my own, of like my goal is to be wealthy. Not ashamed of that. I don't think any of us as human beings should be ashamed of that. So this book gives me a real peek inside of real millionaires, how frugal they are, and makes me feel like, the fact that I don't spend money wastefully is not a bad thing. The fact that I'd rather invest my funds into myself. This book helps me to understand that I'm on the right track. And reading about real entrepreneurs, real business owners who have failed many, many, many times also helps me to feel better about all of my failed business attempts, but still know that I'm on the right track. So this is one that I keep in heavy rotation. I first discovered this book, Ask and It Is Given, as an free audio on YouTube. And this was back in late 2020, early 2021. And so I had to get the physical copy of it. This book just helps me to understand my power as a human being given by the creator, and helps me to understand how I am a co-creator with the ultimate creator. So this one I love, also stay in heavy rotation. Admittedly, I do listen to the audiobook more than I read the physical book, but I love having the physical copy as well. This book right here, exactly what it says, crack the funding code. This one helps me on my journey of building my facility and my organization. This one here helps me to understand how I need to establish it myself to get funding, to how to package what I'm creating that will appeal to investors, etc. So this one is very specific for me. Marcus Aurelius Meditations. This book right here is just, it feeds into my stoicism. It helps shape and sharpen my stoic nature, my mindset, internally, right? Just keeping me sharp, resilient, which is just, I'm resilient naturally. I'm just going to be honest. I never had to work on my resilience. I just know for me, quitting is not an option. Giving up is never an option. And failure is not an option because I'm never going to stop. So That's just it. And this book, just reading his meditations, just helps me to stay clear and focused. The Seven Laws of Spiritual Success, Deepak Chopra. I have been reading his books since I was, I want to say 19. And so for me, this was just a must have. For me, this was about the author. And that's it in a nutshell. But I do enjoy this book. Last but not least, as far as books, this one right here, I first discovered this book on the YouTube audio. And this helps me to understand myself. When I first listened to this audiobook, it gave me a lot of clarity on who I am as a highly intuitive seer. Now, I first was shown who I am as a little girl. I want to say about 5. And it's not something that has ever gone away. And then reading scripture is also where I learned about seers. And so this book helped me to understand me a lot more and to not be afraid of who I am naturally, what shows that I am even in my natal chart. So that is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This is one of my favorite books, top 3, absolutely. This book I keep in heavy rotation. I read this book regularly. It is a very fast read, but it's also interesting to me for learning more and more about me as a seer. Another one that I used to have, but I don't have, it actually got left when I was in federal custody, is The Richest Man in Babylon. That book gave me complete insight into how to organize my finances. So I follow The Richest Man in Babylon for my financial structure. Absolutely adore that book, and I highly recommend The Richest Man in Babylon to everybody. Last but not least, a shameless plug. However, I have, along with being an avid reader, I've been writing since I was 11. I used to write poetry. I've written songs, not recorded anywhere, but just songs. And I like to write my thoughts. I tried to journal in the sense of journaling, when people say journaling, when I was a young teenager. And journaling in the regular sense just doesn't work for me. But I love to write down my thoughts. I love to write down anything. And I always have journals. I always have notebooks, and like I have stocks and stocks and stocks of journals. But I'm not a traditional journaler. However, I've created a couple of journals because I do love to journal and write. The first one is my journal of enormous ideas. I absolutely enjoy this, and it has my motto on the back: there is no box, think freely. So this one, I like it because of the wide lines, and it just something I use to write down my ideas, my plans, whatever it is. And the top of each one, it has a different type of idea, which I came up with all of these. I did not use Chat GPT or anything. So like this page says, captivating ideas happening on that side. The other side is adventurous ideas happening. So every page has a different little thought-provoking something of ideas happening, and it's 188 line pages. This is available on Amazon. The link is in my YouTube description page if you'd like to purchase one for yourself or for your kids. It looks like this because I created this with children in mind, actually. The next one is my 6-month daily gratitude journal, also on YouTube, on Amazon. On the back, I wrote, "It's difficult to know what you do not have when you are focused on all that you have. Begin and end every breath with gratitude." So that's what's on the back. And this, I love this journal because it's not heavily prompted. For me, that would just create too much stress. And if I'm writing down my thoughts, I don't want you to tell me what I'm supposed to write down. Just, this is good right here. So over here it says, today I'm grateful for. Here it says, what I learned new today. Here, my random thoughts, this one is my random ideas and my random thoughts. And I left these blank because it's just that, my random ideas and my random thoughts. And after every 30 days, there is a reflection page. So the reflection page looks like this, and it's just for you to reflect on your growth over the last 30 days. I love this. I absolutely love this right here. And I also ended it with a growth award certificate. So this is just something fun to celebrate yourself for completing your 6-month daily gratitude journal. And there's also a prompt to order yourself another one. If you don't order 2 at one time. So right here, I put in, it's time to order another journal, and then you have 1 more month left. So this is my journal on Amazon. Again, something else that I actually use to write down my thoughts, my ideas, my goals, just to keep myself occupied. So that's pretty much it. Again, I absolutely enjoy my own company. I prefer my own company. I have to really get in the mindset and in the mood to put myself in an environment with others' companies, especially if it's not a setting that I've created. I love to create gatherings. I love to host and things like that. As far as me going into someone else's environment or someone else's whatever it is, I really have to think about it and prepare for that, because I'd rather just be in my own company. I'd rather be in my own space. And so I thank you for this question. I appreciate this question. And it just really still confirms for me how much I enjoy me. I really do. I don't feel lonely being by myself, being with myself. I don't feel anything other than content being with myself. And I've never had to think about how to entertain myself. So thank you for the question. I hope these few little books in my van library gives you some insight or maybe some ideas, not necessarily on getting these books, but on how books can be very entertaining. You can take yourself into a whole other world, whether it's with sci-fi or whatever else there is out there, you know? So this is my world that I've created for myself, and I absolutely love it here. Thank you again for stopping by Le Château. I appreciate you guys coming over each and every time. If you've never been here before, I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy my plants. My space is full of plants. We absolutely love it here. We love having you guys over. We love sharing our world with you, and just go on your day and just be at peace with who you are. If you like the video, please hit that thumbs up. Share the video. If there's an option to hype the video for your girl. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Feel free to watch as many shorts and videos as you need to get warmed up to your girl. And I will see you on the other side of subscribe. To all of my subscribers, new subscribers, longtime subscribers, thank you guys so much, my dear les amis de Le Château, friends of Le Château. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you.